Right now I'm working on taking the screws out of these two pipes. These two pipes are what bring the pellets into the barn, into the feeders for the cows and the robot. So mom and dad got all the pellets out of the tube. So in theory, all you gotta do is there's two screws on each one. So you just gotta zip those off, and I should be able to pull these off. So that way we got this all out of here.
We started our busy week on Monday by pulling out one of our old robots on the south side of our barn and then putting in two new robots in the same robot room. We got the dealer valve robots in our barn by first bringing them down the alleyway with a telehand. And then once we got them down to the end of the barn by the robot room, we drove the telehand so it had the box into the room a little bit of the ways for the far robot, and then we extended the arm as far as it could go. Then we dropped the robot, not dropped literally, but we set down the robot onto a skid loader that was sitting on the other side of the room. And then that was able to make it so you could reposition the robot a little bit easier and get it exactly where you wanted. Then we brought the other robot down the alleyway with the telehand again. And then we just set on the other side of the room, which we just need the telehand really to set it in there. And then we used the skid loader again a little bit to position it quite how we wanted it because the telehand was a little bit too long, so it was a little bit hard to maneuver with it in there. After we got the robot set in the room, the guys from Dealer Valve started working on getting everything attached to the new robots. So the last cow we milked on the old robots got milked at like 6 o'clock. And the guys from Dealer Valve had our new robots going, so we were able to start milking the first cows at about 4 p.m. So it was a really quick turnaround.
So once we got the robots there up, we made sure that someone was always up in the barn pushing animals through the south robot for like the next 2 days. So we got all of the animals that were really far out and really need to get moused. We put them in the back of our pen that holds the animals, and then we just had someone make sure they kept going through the robots. Right now it's 1 o'clock. Me and Beckham are running the night shift, so we got about 30 minutes ago. We got all the animals, all the cows pushed through the robots at least once. So every cow on the south side where the new robots are has been through the robot at least once. And so our job is to kind of keep animals flowing through here, and the ones that are farther out will come and fetch and keep trying to get them through.
After giving the cows a day to settle down on Tuesday, we started working on the north side of our barn, those robots. So started around the same time, but we were able to shave off about 2 hours, so we were getting the robots up and running by 2:30.
Right now, Dad and I are working on getting the pellets set up from our old tubes down to the dealer valve stuff. And over here, they're working on some of the fencing and stuff that we're gonna have to weld in. Right underneath us in the actual room, they're starting to hook up all the stuff for the robots. Now, Dad's throwing the pilot hole to the bottom of here. the ceiling of the room. That way we can drill a hole with this back down, so that way we got it. We're gonna have to drill a new hole for our piping here. So once he gets that through, I'll drill back down with this, and we'll slide that through and see what we need for measurements. I'm waiting for a battery for this, but this is what it kind of is gonna look like. I'm drilling at a bit of an angle here because it's gotta go from all the way up there to here. So obviously this pipe's not gonna be long enough, so I'll have to find something a little bit longer for us. And then Dad's trying to find an angle because we gotta get something that goes from about there, and it's got angles down to that hole. So he's trying to find something for us right now. 3 dead batteries later and 2 shop runs, we got everything where we want it here. So Dad's just taping up so we don't get moisture down the tube, and then we'll start taking some stuff down.
So in the future, I'll probably make a video talking about some of the new technology we have in our robots and just giving you guys a little bit more of a look of what the new robots actually all entail and what more they look like now that they're actually up in the barn working. And I'm probably going to do a video of like a time lapse of like from some of the other footage I have that just like shows a quick overview of what it looked like from like a view outside of just a couple pictures, but like a sped up view of what it looked like. Now the next little bit of this video will just be some pictures that my mom took from the week. I didn't really get a ton of video recording because I was busy doing things, and I wasn't really always up in the barn. I was doing other stuff around the farm too.